Hey, what's up? Okay, I got a few minutes here, and this is a video that I do not want to do. I'm doing it for you, and anyway, let's jump in, because that's why you're here. Depersonalization, derealization. I am not going to talk about symptoms of those things. First thing you do, if you have it, if you think you have it, stop thinking about it, stop talking about it, stop researching it. I had it really, really bad for 3 years. I had a friend kill himself over it. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm just saying it is one of my personal fears. I have friends that have it, that live functional. They function with it. They've had it for 10 years. Also, not saying that to scare you, but they travel the whole world and they deal with it, and it doesn't bother them. And they have, and it's different for everybody. Okay, so it's just one of these conditions where some people feel, this and that, and the symptoms can range. And there's a lot of programs online. There's all this other stuff, but the way that I personally and a lot of people get through it, for me, it was medication. After extreme anxiety and stressful episode. Even normal people get DP from having a death in the family, or they can have it momentarily, but they have healthy brains that recover and they mourn and they get over it and they go back to normal. It's this neuroplasticity, and people that are chronically anxious, or have stuff like that going on. A lot of people I talked to and have mentored over the years, which I do not do anymore, who had DP were just kids that smoked weed and had a bad trip one time, and that scared them so bad that they feared the DP, and then it became this self-fulfilling cycle. Books that are really, really good for these things are At Last a Life, or if you like the Audible version, which I don't like to read, and the Audible kind of version is the Dare Response, and that is also a life-changing book where they talk about a lot of these symptoms. As far as medication and benzos inducing these issues, for me, they have saved me from them. So it's a double-edged sword. It's not something I recommend. It's also not something that I demonize. It really helps a lot of people just to know yourself, but I know 9 out of the 10 people that I've talked to that have DP never did a benzo. A lot of them were weed, a lot of them were drugs. One guy was porno, actually, way too much porn. So biochemically, it could be low norepinephrine, it could be low dopamine, low GABA, low levels of certain neurotransmitters can cause these symptoms to surface. And the biggest thing that perpetuates them is the fear of them. So these books, which were largely inspired by Claire Weeks, and there's Alice in the Wonderland Syndrome, as they call it, which is also a book on Audible. Very good stuff. Like I said, a lot of people have various levels of this, and sorry, I just had to miss my exit here. So, like I said, I don't talk about it. I don't look it up. I don't research it. I know, like, when you're scared and you have all these symptoms, you know what's wrong, and that was what I had. I looked it up and I said, holy crap, this is it. Wow, there's a name for it. Cool. But really, it can be caused by so many root causes. It's a trash can diagnosis for an array. It's just a symptom of, but there's no one size cure fits all. Not a doctor, not prescribing medications, but lamictal and glutamatergic modulating medications have been met with the most success for situations, kind of like DP. And for me, that got rid of at one point like 90% of it. So I'm an advocate of those meds, and but so anyway, what else? So yeah, read the healthy books. Don't get trapped into this fear of it, because it will go away. It's fine. You're just dealing with stress, and you're stressed about stress, and you're worried about stress, and you're worried about your symptoms of stress. You have to break that cycle. Realize you're sick. Your brain is sick. Your brain is tired. And just like a tired leg, it is not going to get better right now. And that's what you're saying. I want you better now. I want to go out and have fun now, today, right now. That's not going to happen. You are sick, like you have the flu. And as soon as you accept it, your body will start to heal itself. Your brain will start to heal itself. There's also guided imagery by Jason Stevenson on YouTube. Put your headphones on and just lay down and listen to it. Navigate yourself into some really cool healing places, because there's healing in your brain. It's not all about external. I tried all that. Healthy diet and all that stuff does help with some stuff, but it's not so good for some stuff either. So I'm not saying, eat healthy, exercise, get that neuroplasticity, get that neurogenesis up. Of course, do it. You have to. It's all part of the puzzle, but it's a mind game. So, like I said, I didn't want to do this video because it's something I don't like to talk about. Because talking about it can actually reintroduce it. Just like my OCD I used to have, which I don't anymore. I don't like to talk about the thoughts I used to have, which now I'm thinking about. Okay, you see. So, and I know that kind of goes against the grain, the core of the Dare response, which is to fully go into it, which I did, and I got better from it, but I don't like to relive it, okay? So I like to stay outside of it, even though I still feel it. I still feel, and that's what I was going to say. Change the narrative. Change what you're calling it. Don't call it depersonalization. That is a scary-ass thing. Oh my God, it's so scary. Do not talk about this. Don't call it that. Stop calling it that. It's brain fog. Everybody has brain fog. Okay? It's a freaking epidemic. Everybody has brain fog. Everybody's tired. So just call it brain fog. It'll lessen the load on the fear of this like unknown, uncurable shit disease. So it's not a disease. It's not gonna kill you. It will go away. It's just a lot of cortisol, or there's some type of imbalance that your brain can self-regulate, or you can medicate to regulate it with a really, really good doctor. There's plenty of programs out there that I've heard that are really good. Klonopin really helped me out during periods of that. Lamictal, and that was a sort of a last resort. But I will say to all, and I know there's a lot of people on my channel that are medication shamers, but that's fine. But the longer you go with a symptom like DP or DR or brain fog, the worse that it can come, and sort of it grows roots. So the quicker you can get out of it, the better. So I'm just saying, I'm not your doctor, but for me, when I started getting into it, I snapped back on a benzo. I had been off 6 years, and it pulled me out of it. I'm not 100% out of it, but holy cow, am I 20 times better than I was last year. I couldn't even drive. I couldn't even leave my house. And now I'm running a company, and I'm driving right now to get a deep tissue massage. So, I mean, come on. Just got to do what you got to do. And you got to stop listening to advice from people like me. You got to stop listening to advice from all these channels. That's the second thing you got to do. Deactivate benzo buddies. Burn that shit to the ground. Stop talking about people online. Stop reading the negative stories from people that are probably better now that they wrote in 2012. Get it out of your head. It is so toxic. Stop surrounding yourself with toxicity. You will get better. You are getting better, but it starts with acceptance that you're sick, and it's going to take some time. If you're constantly saying, I want to get better right now, the process will never start. Okay? okay? The process of healing in your brain starts when you accept and you have hope and you know you'll get better, and you will. Subscribe, and let's get over this together. God bless.